Fallout 4 is not the best Fallout game, okay, so you can put down them pitchforks and torches. However, it is my personal favourite, yeah, and I won't accept any slander, so if you think otherwise, shut the Nah, I'm just joking. Anyway, I have a few things to say, so maybe you should keep your pitchforks and torches close for now. Nothing? Great, anyway, let's move on. Truth be told, yeah, I'm not always quite sure why I love this game as much as I do. From the very beginning, it's been plagued with issues, and every update seems to break something else. The weapons, right? Awful. Oh, venom, wood chipper, cough, none of it. The settlement system, as much as I love it, it just seems like a cheap way for the devs to put in less work building a world, if you know what I mean. It's very similar to how they rely on mod authors to fix the game's many technical issues. But regardless of all of this, it's still my most played game in recent years. This could partly be attributed to the extensive and ever-growing mod selection, and I see it remaining as my most played game for many years to come, assuming that we do finally release that storage update. You know, the one that was promised to us 3,000 years ago. That one.
Get the hell out of my
Someone needs to get rid of these crickets. With the negatives out of the way, let's talk about what I think brings me and many others back again and again. First, the setting. It's apocalyptic, and we all crave the apocalypse. And I don't mean this in a edgy, black pill kind of way. I just mean that we are all drawn to apocalyptic settings because they offer a simplified sense of purpose that modern life lacks. Gone are the overwhelming pressures of debt, career and social obligations. We are left with a clear, immediate goal of survival. Don't get me wrong, I'm not naive, right? I know that life would suck. Yeah, there's no ifs or buts about it. But at least in the apocalypse, we spend each day for ourselves and our loved ones. And in a way that almost makes it preferable. I know the grass is always green on the other side, right? Well, in this case, brown and non-existent totally, but still, the simplicity of it seems very appealing. Apocalyptic settings also offer a clean slate for personal and societal rebirth, allowing ordinary people, yes, I'm on about you, one of the very few well-endowed chads who decide to watch this in the first place. Well done, I love you. To become heroes and rebuild a world without the constraints or guilt of the current status quo. It's ultimately a power fantasy, really. It lets us forget the struggles of our own lives, but at the same time we're embracing the struggles of the protagonist. We're given the opportunity to feel as if everything we do has meaning, and that we can take control of the situation, unlike much of what our own lives have in stock for us. Sorry about that armchair philosophy, I promise it won't happen again.
liar!
The next thing I want to talk about is the settlement building system, which I guess relates to my point earlier about being the hero in rebuilding society. I can't even begin to comprehend the number of hours I spent creating settlements alone. Something about it just clicks right with me. Seeing a settlement evolve from a godforsaken hellhole, right, into a thriving community and being solely responsible for it, it gives me a sense of pride. As much as I know that the game isn't real, I still can't help but feel like I've left my mark on the world in a way. It's something that many of us worry about not achieving in our real lives. We often feel inadequate, and maybe it's just me, and I apologise for being a buzzkill, but I also feel quite incompetent at times, to be honest. Yeah, woe is me, I know, right? Man up. So being that guy who fixes things, the one who people look to and solves issues, it's a nice feeling. One that many men crave but don't always have satisfied. I'm editing right now and I just want to apologise for the poor audio quality going forward. It recovers in about a minute, but yeah, just bear with me. The monkey part of my brain, well, that's a lie. I mean, about 95% of it is monkey at this point, to be honest with you, but regardless, it can still distinguish between real life and video games. But that sense of accomplishment remains the same. The same way that my deep fear of the ocean extends into games like Subnautica. I know it's not real, but the monkey part of my brain still sends them reward signals and gives me a little dopamine hit. Not Subnautica, no, there's no dopamine there, that's just pure terror and pure embarrassment. Like, I'm way too old to be feeling as scared as I am about these games, but it's alright, there's no face reveal, so the shame ain't really too real, do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. Speaking about our primal monkey brains. Take a shot every time I say monkey brain.
No, that's not it. Run it!
Let's cover our tendency to be absolute loot gremlins. We love picking up loot in games because it taps into our dopamine-driven reward systems and primal survival instincts. creating a psychological feedback loop. Fallout 4's loop mechanics tap into our ancient hunter-gatherer mentality, where searching for resources in uncertain environments was crucial for survival. Randomized drops mimic this uncertainty, triggering a deep, almost irrational urge to collect and secure valuable items like desk fans and typewriters. Okay, so maybe it's not exactly the same. I don't know what an ancient human would do with these items, but it feels close enough and I get my dopamine hit, so my point stands. The gameplay loop that Bethesda set up is simply satisfying, okay? There's no point lying about it. Say what you want about the game, but if you say that the gameplay loop is not satisfying, you, my friend, are a dirty liar. We go scavenging. We find our shiny trinkets like the caffeine-addicted, sleep-deprived magpies that we truly are. We break them down into components and we use them to improve our gear. We always have purpose and a reason to continue playing. A reason to explore places that you'd usually avoid in other playthroughs. And on your way to these lesser explored locations, we will often find new details that we've long missed. No matter how well acquainted I become with the Commonwealth, there's always a sense of mystery about what may lurk around the corner. The final thing I want to cover in this video is going to be highly controversial and likely console specific, so maybe less so, but do you remember how I said to keep your pitchforks and torches close? Well, here it is. I think Fallout 4 has the best potential for roleplay out of all of the modern Fallout titles. That's right, I said it, and I meant it too. Alright, calm down for a minute. Admittedly, the game is a weak RPG, especially compared to previous titles, but where it lacks many built-in choices and consequences, it opens a door for us to create our own RP, especially with mods being so accessible on console these days. Want an alien invasion? Download mods. Want to turn it into the ultimate authentic Fallout experience? Download mods. Want to make chlorine gas? You need bleach and... This point I'm trying to make isn't to give thanks to Bethesda beyond allowing us to use mods, because as much as I enjoy this game, they missed a mark on many different occasions. But I am giving thanks to the wider community for being so dedicated to contributing to this wonderful yet broken mess of a game that we all know and sometimes love. I just want to say thank you to anyone who's made it to the end of this video, and that I have so much more to say about this game. I'd love to expand on it with a part 2 eventually, but I'm very limited with what editing tools I have access to at the moment, and to be honest, I'm testing the waters a little bit with some long form content. So once again, thanks for watching, and may the blessings of Atom fall upon all who like and subscribe.